Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 22 of the Daily Jig, coming at you live from New York City, per usual. Today I'm going to jump right back into the Snapchat questions, and today we have a question here from Elizabeth, and Elizabeth asks, how do you get out of your own head and or feelings like feeling depressed or meh? How do you dig your way out? I'm trying. Well, first off, good question. How do you dig yourself out? How do you stop feeling depressed? How do you get out of your own head? Very, very good question. And to be honest with you, you're talking to someone who deals with it all the time. I'm constantly caught in my own head with things. And what I find for myself as a good remedy for that is to write things down. I like to write things out. So what that does, I think, is it literally gets it out of your head. So if I'm caught up on something, I always keep notebooks around. This one right here is one, and but I have many all over the place. And if I'm caught up on something, sometimes just writing it out, write down what you're scared of. If you write it down on paper, sometimes you can read it back and be like, man, that's not so bad. But I think there's subconsciously we stack things in our head that we're scared of, or we're feeling depressed for some reason, and then in our head we just stack it one on top of each other, and it just stays in here and there's no release. So by writing it down, you're kind of releasing it from your head, and then it manifests on the page and you can read it back, and surprisingly it makes you feel a lot better. So my advice to you, Elizabeth, is take what you're feeling depressed about, or you feel like you're caught in your own head. I'm just looking down reading this again. Take whatever that is, and it can be a variety of things. I mean, for a lot of people, including myself, it's getting over like a girl, or I actually did this exercise when I was dating my last girlfriend, of things that scared me about her. Why was I so afraid? Turns out a lot of things that I was scared of came true. That happens sometimes. But for the time being, for that time being, it made me feel a lot better just to get it down on paper. And it made, me be able to get through that time. But my advice, write it down, read it back. And a lot of times you're going to feel like that wasn't so bad. And, you still have to work through it. I think talking to a good friend or confiding in a good friend is a good thing too. But personally, maybe get into a routine of, when you wake up in the morning, write some things down. Write the good things down, write the things that are stuck in your head, write the things that you're thinking about, and then you'll have like a little journal. Look back at it a month. You might feel a lot better just by writing a page a day. Write one page a day. It could be in a notebook, or maybe you write it on your phone, or you could write it on your computer, but write down everything. Write down everything and don't edit it. Just stream of consciousness on the page. And I think that you'll see that it's a lot less scary than you think. And then you can go back and read it for yourself, and hopefully that will be helpful. So that's just one technique, but I think that's something that I've used, and I know from my own personal experience that it helps me. So I hope that it will help you. So thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Daily Jig. I'll be back tomorrow for another episode, as I will be all summer. If you have questions for me, you can ask me by sending me an email to jiggyandjon@gmail.com, or hit me up on Snapchat @JiggyComedy, Instagram @JiggyComedy, Twitter, guess it, @JiggyComedy, or Facebook @JiggyComedy. Thanks for tuning in for episode 22. We'll see you tomorrow for episode 23, and until then, deuces.